My Hero Vigilantes episode 7, alright, yeah, this is getting really cool. This episode adapts chapters 12 and 13 from the manga, so I really do like that we get to start off from Koichi's university, kind of focusing a little more on the balance that he has to maintain between school, work, and vigilanteism. Definitely getting a little more of that Spider-Man vibe. So here while eating lunch, he's approached by an upperclassman, Makoto. So very interesting that he's being approached by anybody at all, because we know that he has a pretty unfortunate reputation around the school. But Makoto proposes helping him out with his homework in exchange for some help from him. We catch up back at his place, where Pop Step is hanging out as usual, so she hides, jealously watching the whole situation unfold. So now it's time for a study session. And I don't know why I didn't really think of it at first, but obviously some of the subjects that they're studying are just superhero stuff, because hero history is so ingrained in the entire culture of this world. So yeah, obviously they're gonna have to study it. And during the study session, where Makoto basically just explains everything and helps highlight some important points, we get some very important lore about heroes that works as some great world building, while also actually really tying into the whole theme of the series being vigilantes, in the sense that when quirks first started to appear, basically everybody who became a hero was a vigilante, and then there were a lot of politics in becoming official and what designates heroes versus villains. It's really interesting, and once again focuses on some interesting themes that are very present in American superhero comics. There's even a little shout out to Watchmen. We get a bunch of brand new visuals here which are really interesting, very much paying homage to American comic books. But anyway, now that the studying's done with, Makoto says that she wants Koichi's help in studying the vigilantes, and so it's a date. We follow up with him later in the week, meeting Makoto, as they head out and ask the civilians what they think of all the vigilantes. Of course, our trio specifically. And you know, it makes some funny comedy moments, just that running gag of everybody getting Crawler's name wrong, calling him the Crueler. I don't think anybody has a positive view of Knuckle Duster. And then when it comes to Pop Step, you get, yeah, everybody. Of course, the two students from before are hanging out and helping them as well, being there for the final poll results. That, again, you know, it's a funny little moment, but also does show you more so of like what everybody actually thinks of the heroes, and I think that really is an important perspective to get, especially in this series. A penguin soccer dude comes by and steals Makoto's laptop, so Koichi springs into action and attempts to stop him, catching up to him but not necessarily able to take him down. Instead coming down to Ichimoku, blasting him with laser beams, and you know, I like these two students and I really do want to see them, you know, get more absorbed into the whole group, but I love what they do. At the end, Koichi hands her back her laptop, obviously showing signs of being scuffed up. So it was pretty predictable throughout the whole episode, but she suspects that he is the Crawler, and we get a little look at her quirk that allows her to detect lies. So she asks him straight up, "Are you the Crueler?" At which point it says no, and her quirk doesn't work because, you know, the whole thing of the name getting it wrong and it actually coming back and saving him in this moment was kind of funny. Also throughout the episode, we do learn that she is the younger sister of Detective Tsukachi, so very interesting and potentially what she could come to know, or how close that he could get to our vigilantes. Like I said, it really does give you the sense of dramatic irony and relationships that you would normally get in other superhero stories. So yeah, it was a really fun episode, serving as a great introduction to the new character, giving us some much needed world building, and just being funny in general.